Yes, Bert Brown with you once again back in the shack. Mike 7 Whiskey, Juliet Oscar, from my shack to yours. And thought I'd do a quick video on breaking in a new pipe. I'd mentioned the fact that I'd be doing this and have a little rundown in what I do, and perhaps you can let me know what you do, what you find works best for you. Yeah, we're just suffering the after effects of Storm Benjamin here at the moment. It's the 23rd of October, and that storm's been really rattling the windows and shaking the shack. And I think the weather is generally getting a little bit worse this week. It's certainly turned an awful lot colder. So fires on, and as we come up towards Halloween and then Christmas, of course the clocks go back here, I think in about a week's time. But anyway, I'm rambling onto the subject of the video, breaking in a new pipe. For the purpose of this, I'm using a golden pipe, pear wood from Poland. These pipes are very similar to the Mr. Brog pipes, and they're great smokers. They don't take an awful lot of breaking in, and as you can see, this one does take a 9mm filter. And on that subject, I had a subscriber asking me what filters I use in my pipes. Well, obviously it's a matter of personal taste and preference, but White Elephant Meerschaum, as I like the Meerschaum pipes, it seems those are the ones that I tend to go for. White Elephant Meerschaum filters. Anyway, coming on to breaking in a new briar, or in this case a new pear wood pipe. Incidentally, is there a difference in the smokability? Yes, there is. So the pear wood is lighter. It has a slightly different taste, certainly initially when you're burning the pipe in. But although they're rather overlooked, as they are cheaper pipes, I find they're absolutely fine. There we go. Lovely lightweight, lovely balance on that, and quite a generous bowl as well. As you can compare the actual size of the hole with the width of the rim, it's quite a good piece of pear wood there. So you've got hold of a new pipe. Do you just load it up to the top and start puffing away like Billy O on it? No, that's not the dumb way. The whole purpose of your initial smokes with a new pipe is to build up as evenly as possible a carbon cake in the bowl. It's the carbon cake which will protect the bowl, and the more you can get that to build up, and the quicker you can get that to build up, the better, the more it will protect the briar. If you smoke it too fiercely initially, there's a danger of cracking the bowl as well. Incidentally, there's always a danger of doing that, but with no cake in there, the danger is amplified. So the whole purpose of the break-in period for a pipe is to build up that carbon cake layer on the bowl. Now this bowl here looks like it's been pre-carbonised. You'll find some pipes are and some pipes aren't, just by looking at it and see if it's got a black coating inside the bowl. But it doesn't make any difference. I tend to use exactly the same techniques, whether the pipe's been pre-carbonised or not. So what do? Well, my little trick is I use a little bit of honey. This other honeys are available. This I got when I was on holiday in Ludlow. Some borage honey, but any honey will do. And what I'll do is I'll coat the bowl very lightly, put it on a Q-tip, or I just tend to use my finger, and roll it round the bowl, so you've just got a good amount around the bowl there. Then take the stem off, should say, perhaps before you do that, you should put a pipe cleaner, leave a pipe cleaner sticking up there, because you don't want that honey getting into the shank. And then just plonk the thing down, just let it sit so that it's all not going to run back and go into the air hole into the shank. Leave that for a couple of hours to soak into the bowl a bit. What's the idea behind that? Well, the sugar is going to encourage cake when you start smoking the bowl. Your first few smokes, you want to not fill the bowl correctly, or I say don't fill the bowl completely. First smoke, fill it about halfway and not too tight as well. You want there to be some air draw in there. Fill it about halfway, and then just smoke that down very lightly. If you're like me, you do tend to go at a pipe like an express train, which is okay when the pipe has been burnt in, but it's not a good idea to smoke heavily fast when you're actually breaking the briar in. You want to do it so slow, methodical sips. Let it go out, no problem at all. Don't over smoke it, just lightly smoke it, and then smoke that down about a half a bowl. Empty that, don't clean it out, leave it exactly as it is, and let that pipe rest for a day. The next day, fill it up about a half, a little bit higher than a half. You see where I'm getting at here? You want to gradually increase that, so on day 3 or day 4 you've got a full bowl of tobacco in there, and then you follow exactly the same principle, smoking it very slowly, sipping it, letting it go out, let it burn all the way down, and so on and so on. Whatever you do, don't over smoke it, don't get the pipe too hot. If when you're smoking it the pipe is hot in your hands, the bowl is hot in your hands, you know you're going too fast, it's getting too hot, you want to let it sit and cool down. So I think you can see what this is all leading to. What you're aiming to do is to build up that carbon cake slowly and gradually. Now, how long should you do that before you can start going in an express train at smoking a pipe, if that's the way you tend to smoke, which is the way I tend to, which incidentally is never a good idea, but it's just as an ex-cigarette smoker, it's just the way that I tend to puff on the pipe. After about 3 or 4 smokes like that, any flavour of the wood, in this case the pear wood, will tend to dissipate. Initially you will taste it. Any particular blends, tobaccos you can use for the breaking in period that encourage it? Well, the thing you have to remember about briar pipes is they will ghost, so they will in time start to absorb the flavours of the tobacco that you're smoking, which is why people will dedicate a pipe. Some people will dedicate a pipe. This is just Latakia only, this is only an aromatic, and so on and so forth. I don't tend to do that because I personally, I'm a bit funny like this. I quite like having a slightly hybrid taste in my old seasoned briars, but that's up to you. So whatever you're using initially, just bear that in mind. If you are going to smoke aromatics in the pipe, and perhaps dedicate that pipe just to aromatic blends, they are very good for encouraging cake because they've got particularly heavy casing. The sugars, going back to the honey, are in there, which will encourage more cake building up more quickly. Other tobaccos, straight Virginias, not so much. So there's a little tip there. If you're going to smoke an aromatic, then start the burn-in period using that. It will definitely encourage the cake to build up more rapidly. So how long should that break-in period take? You'll know by the taste you're getting from the pipe, and also when you look in the bowl, like I say, don't clean the bowl at all for maybe first 10 smokes. Just absolutely leave it. If you want to do anything with it, put a piece of tissue paper in it, but just leave it to build that cake up. My experience is generally about 10 or 12 smokes of a new briar to say that pipe has burnt in. In actual fact, a pipe never really fully burns in. A seasoned briar will go on seasoning for many years for the length of the age of the pipe. But it's critical that the initial period, the initial 10-12 smokes, are done with some care and due diligence, just to encourage that cake to build up. So a little bit of honey, start low, build it up, sip on it, don't suck on it like a vacuum cleaner. Let it cool down, make sure it doesn't get too hot, and then leave it overnight before you smoke it again. Might even want to leave it a day or two, really, but if you're in a hurry. So I'm guessing you can break in a new pipe in about 10 days, a fortnight, using that technique. Once you've done all that, then you're absolutely good to go. So those are the tips and tricks I use for breaking in a new briar pipe, or in this case a pear wood. Lovely little pipe there by Golden Pipe. Check them out, Golden Pipe of Poland. Very similar to the Mr. Brog pipes, but obviously this will apply for, well, this will apply for all briars, all wooden pipes. This does not apply, for obvious reasons, to meerschaum pipes, which are a completely different beast. So this is breaking in a new briar or wooden pipe. So I hope you found that useful. Let me know what you do, if you've got some tips and tricks on the ways maybe to speed up that process. I know when we get a new pipe, we're eager to really get to it as soon as possible, but just a little bit of care and attention for the first fortnight will make a lot of difference to the smokability of that pipe down the line. Hope you enjoyed that one. Yep, Storm Benjamin is still out there, but I think it's on the way out. Hopefully we might get a bit of clear sky tomorrow. An absolute deluge of rain today. Mike 7 Whiskey Juliet Oscar, Bert Brown in the shack, from my shack to yours. Watch out for more videos. Like and subscribe if you like the content, and I'll catch you down the line. All the best.